Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to this evening session. I hope you're fine. I hope you actually had a very awesome day. So let me know in the comment section how your day has been actually, how it has been faring. And as we move forward, first of all, I want to apologize on behalf of everybody, especially on our team, for the extreme delay. We had a very urgent case to settle, and it just appeared that we just finished settling it now. So sorry about the extreme delay. We're really so sorry about that. So welcome to everybody on today's call. Hello Marina, thanks for being the first. Hello Lucy. Hi Ayanda. And hi Asabea. So please, we can tell everybody that the live is ongoing and that the session is on and that we're going to train today, right? So let's share the link. Let's share the link to our various members, to our various community, to the community. Let everybody know that we're live. So today I'm going to be the trainer, and I'm Lorian Mifan. I'm a trainer with Impact Her, and equally the digital marketing strategies at Impact Her. Now I'm going to be the one taking today's session. I'm joining you from Cameroon. It's actually the country that's going to win the World Cup. I don't know if you've been watching. I'm joining you from Cameroon. So Katrine, Asabea, Ayanda, Lucy, Marina, and everybody, you're most welcome. Please tell me where you're joining us from. Tell us what you do. All right, tell us what you do, because you don't know who can be on the call, and it's going to be a very great advantage for you. So let's move forward to discovering what we're covering today. The title of today's session is Implementing Google Workspace Across Your Business. So first of all, I have a question for everybody. Who's ever heard about Google Workspace? Who's ever heard about Google Workspace? If you ever heard about Google Workspace, please do well to drop that in the comment section if you've ever heard about Google Workspace. All right, if you've ever heard about this, please do well to drop that in the comment section. Meanwhile, I'm going to show you what is today's agenda. Please let me know if I'm audible enough. Let me know if I'm audible enough for today's session. Let me know if you can hear me out clearly while I am introducing today's agenda, right? While I am introducing today's agenda. So what are we going to be covering at today? What are we going to be covering today? Excuse me for a bit. Hi, I don't know if anybody can hear me. Am I audible, please? I think I am. I think I am audible. Please let me know in the comment section if you can hear me. Please let me know in the comment section if you can hear me.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm sorry, we are having a lot of technical troubles, and so I'll just pick up from where Lorraine stopped. First of all, I'm going to apologize sincerely for starting behind schedule, and and Lorraine is having a couple of technical troubles, so I'll just um, pick it up from here, right? So we are going to be looking at implement Google Workspace across your business. I hope you're excited to have this session with us. So we are going to be doing this in 3 different segments. First off, you're going to get to understand what the Google Workspace is and what tools are available in the Google Workspace and its core functionalities, as well as the various benefits of using the digital tool, digital workspace. And then we'll head over to the parts where we're going to identify the tools that be used to boost communications across your business. And then we'll head over to the last part where we explore which tools could be used to leverage um, collaboration across your teams. Okay, and this is just a reminder for those of you who are yet to sign up on the Hustle Academy. Please sign up on the Hustle Academy on g.co/Hustle Academy. Our small business, a big business, please head over to this link. Lorraine will drop it in the chat. Head over to this link and sign up to have this 1 week long free bootcamp that Google is offering you for free, where you get to learn about your business growth plan, sales, digital marketing, getting matched to a mentor, learning how to pitch, learning about how to get fundings for your business. So I'm going to invite you to do something for me before I continue. Please hit on that share button. Please hit on the share button, invite a friend that is supposed to be here, and possibly they are not here because of some technical hitches or because they forgot. Right? Please help us. Call them to come and join us because we've started already. All right. So nice to meet you, Marina, Lucy, Ayanda, Asabe, Catherine, Ansi, John. So nice to meet all of you. Mary, and who else is here? Beryl is in the chat, and Lorianne is in the chat as well. Please do well to say hi to Lorianne, and do well to say hi to Beryl. Beryl is joining us from Nairobi, Kenya. Lorianne is joining us from um, Douala, Cameroon, the country that she believes will win the World Cup. I wish her all the best in her dreams. Okay, please do us that favor, copy the link and invite a friend to join us. Sincerely apologize for all the technical hitches and troubles we've had. And we promise you will find a way to make it not to be repeating itself. All right, so my name is Udeme, and I'm going to be your presenter, going to be your trainer for this session. So everybody should help me wish Lorianne the best in our daydreams for Cameroon winning the World Cup. All right, so let's move on. Please, I'm going to be asking you a lot of questions, and I want you to ask me a lot of questions as well. If you have questions from here, this session, have questions from another session, please ask us. Whether it relates to this topic or not, please ask. We want to answer your questions, and your responses, your answers, they are not wrong, just so you know. So feel free to drop us comments, replies, and every other thing that comes your way that you want to feel. And just the way YouTube is designed, you may not be able to speak back to me verbally, all right? So the tool you are going to be using is going to be that chat tool. So please make use of it. If you want to laugh, use the emojis. Laugh however you want to do it. If you want to cry, please cry. That's a joke. If you want to express emotions, please go ahead. You want to tell me I'm doing well, I'm not doing well, please go ahead. Feel free to make the most of that chat section. Okay, so my first question before we move on. So which tools do you currently use to communicate and collaborate within your business? Which of the tools you currently use to communicate and collaborate within your business? So let me know in the chat which of the tools actually works for you to communicate, which tool serves your communication. So let me know in the chat which of those tools work for you. All right, so I'm looking at the chat right now. Hello, Suzanne. How you doing? Suzanne, Mary, who else? John. John is from Nairobi, Kenya, and uses digital tools to address issues or challenges that are a barrier to borrowing SMEs access to affordable credit. Thank you so much, John. Ansi, Catherine, Asabe, Ayanda, Ayonda, Lucy, please help me. If I didn't pronounce it well, don't throw stones at me. Lucy, Marina, and everyone that's here. Please do us a favor, hit on the like button, please. Hit on the subscribe button, and ultimately hit on the share button and copy that link and invite a friend. Okay? All right, so which tools you currently use to communicate and collaborate within your business? Madina said WhatsApp. Okay. Thank you, Madina, for sharing WhatsApp. Okay, WhatsApp too. Who else is saying something? Okay, so I'm just going to go into the presentation proper. I'll be back to pick all your questions, queries, and just everything. Okay? I'll be back shortly. So let's see how this goes. Let's see how you can discover the Google Workspace. Now, this is the first step, first stage of the presentation. And now I want to ask you another question. Do you currently use the Google Workspace? And if so, how? I want you to let me. Do you know what the Google Workspace is, by the way? The Google Workspace. Please let me know in the chat. You know what it is. Okay, Madina, WhatsApp, Mary, IG, and WhatsApp. Thank you. Catherine, Instagram. Thank you for your responses. Do you know what the Google Workspace is? If you don't know, that's why we are here. We are going to learn about it. So if you currently use a Google Workspace, please let us know how. Okay, please drop it in the chats. I'll come back shortly. Okay, Mary said no. Okay, so that is why we are here. I'll explain everything for you to understand. And please, if you don't understand anything, let me know you don't understand. I'll be happy to go back and to come back to reemphasize what I said. So what is the Google Workspace? So Google Workspace, like we formerly knew it to be called the G Suite, and it's an example of a digital workspace. And it's a collection of cloud computing tools, productivity tools, collaboration tools, softwares, and products developed and marketed by Google. Obviously, it's one of the few Google products that you need to pay for. Now, for those of you that said you didn't know about it, I want you to look at this picture right now and let me know which of these tools you can identify. I'm sure you've seen either one or at least 3 of them before. So let me know which of them you can identify from there. For those of you that are using Android phones, I know you've seen at least 3 of them. So let me know which of them you can identify from that list, from the icons you're seeing there. Is somebody there? Please say something. Which of those tools can you identify? Anybody? Anybody? Please say something if you're still there. Can you see? Can you see the Gmail? Okay. Okay, so I'll just move on while waiting for your responses. So I'm reading from the left to the right. We have the Gmail, we have the Google Calendar, we have the Google Drive, we have the Google Meets, we have the Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, we have the Google Sites, we have the Google Forms, we have the Google Jamboard, we have the Google Currents. No, that is the admin console. Am I correct? Admin console, yes. That one that looks like hexagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexagon, yes. Then we have the Google Chats, and then we have the Jamboard. So, sorry, this one is the Google Keep, not Jamboard. The last one is the Jamboard. So, all of these things have their unique functionalities, each of them. Okay, thank you so much, Mary. Mary saw Gmail. Yeah, and that's saw Gmail, Teams, Calendar. Thank you so much. Yeah, so let me go through it again from my left to the right. Gmail, Calendar, Drive, Google Meets, Docs, Sheets, Slides, Sites, Forms, Keep, Admin Console, Chats, Jamboard. And now all those tools have their core functionalities where you can use those tools to create documents and presentations. You can use it to record, analyze, and present data. You can use it to brainstorm ideas and manage projects. You can use it also to communicate globally. Let's look at each of them. So you can use the Google Docs and the Google Sheets to create documents and presentations. Okay, so let me ask you a question before I move on. What tool am I using to present to you right now? So let me know in the chats what tool I'm using right now. So the Google Docs is like the Microsoft Word, which is basically for word processing for various teams. So you can create, edit text, document directly from your browser. You don't need a particular app to get it done. Say maybe you're using your phone and several people can work on the same document at the same time. Every change you make is saved automatically to the cloud. So you get to see edits as others type. You get to also communicate. You get to collaborate through built-in chats and can ask questions, can include comments on the Google Docs, can do all of that also on Google Slide. But the only difference with the Google Slide is it looks like the conventional Microsoft PowerPoint you knew about, which is used to create presentations and decks. So you can create, edit, polish presentation in your browser. You don't need any special software, and several people can work on the same document, and you can work on a single presentation online with your business partners from anywhere in the globe. So I can be working here in Nigeria. Lorian is there in Cameroon, and she is working on the same documents. Beryl is there in Kenya, working on the same documents. As long as we are all connected to the internet, we can see what each of us is doing on the same documents per time. And all those changes we are making, all the edits we are making automatically saved to the cloud. We can't lose it. Let's say my system goes off, or all our systems go off. We are not losing anything we've done because it's saved to the cloud automatically. And now we have the Google Forms and the Google Sheets, which is also necessary. It's also one of those tools that you use to record and analyze data. So the sheet is more like the conventional Microsoft Excel that you know, like the spreadsheets. So we use for collaboration, and they are very highly secured. Okay, and then the forms is like the survey forms been filling online when you're being asked your name. Imagine when you went for an interview, they gave you a form to fill, a physical form and has your name, sex, age, and all those descriptions. So you also have a digital form that Google gives to you. So when you fill those forms, you can export the data that people have filled in into a spreadsheet. That's where you use the Google Sheets to actually watch what the data is. You can see how the information people fill appears in columns and rows, well arranged and very neat. So it's compatible with any kind of device, right? Mobile, tablet, browser, desktop, whatever it is, and all changes automatically saved to the cloud. You can make your edits anywhere, and everybody can work on, a lot of people can work on the same document at the same time. So who answered the question? What tool am I using? Anybody? What tool am I using to present to you? Please, let's keep Lorian busy in the chats. Ask us questions. We'd love to see those questions. And please, if you have any concerns, please drop it in the chat. We'll be happy to respond to them. Okay, so let's move on. So the tool I'm using to present to you is the Google Slides. Slides is more like the PowerPoint you knew back in the days. Remember, it used to be very hectic to. Okay, so Google Meet. Okay, yeah, Google Meet is one of those tools used for communication, for video conferencing. But I was actually asking about the particular documents file I'm using to present to you, which is the Google Slides. So it's used to prepare PowerPoint presentations, so that you can use it to present like just the way I'm presenting to you now. Okay. All right. So let's look at this, and then there are a couple of benefits that are brought to you by the Google Workspace. So you have the increased collaboration. You can get to do things at the same time around the team. You also have improved communication, and it's smarter working. It's not working hard. It's working smart, and then it's highly secured. So let's look at each of them briefly. So with the Google Workspace tools, you store information in the cloud. It enables you to share documents and files with ease. You don't need to, like what used to happen before now. You type on the document, attach the document in an email, and send it. When you send it, the person works on it and sends it to the next person. It used to be a very hectic process, and a document would get missing on the way. You know. So what happens basically with this ones is everybody can work on that same document from whichever part of the globe they are at the same time, at real time. So that's what makes it very, very interesting. Okay. So you get to track changes, you can comment, and then you get to share ideas and you can collaborate with colleagues across various projects. And then you also get to have improved communication, like what somebody just mentioned shortly. Let me check. Who was that? Google Meet. So Mary just mentioned Google Meet. So Google Meet is basically a tool that helps in communication. So Gmail as well as the Google emailing tool is used for that. It's used for communication as well because you get to send mail on what you want to do. And then the Google Meet is for communication for video conferencing. And then you have the Google Current, which is more like a revolutionary technology to harness deeper conversations around team, deeper communications around team. And then you have the Google Chats, which is more like an instant chatting tool. You can get to communicate with team members across board, just across everywhere, discussing various things about your work life, your work experience, and just everything. And then it also helps users to work smartly because you can collect data, can analyze data, and turn those data into insights. So if you say Microsoft Excel is a data tool, yes, it's a data tool. It may not be a data tool for marketing, but it's a data tool if you want to actually read statistics and insights of a particular information you've gathered from the net. Let's say you want to get information from a form that you created. So this is a tool, the Google Docs, sorry, the Google Sheets is that tool that you use to analyze your data so you can streamline your workflows and processes, can store those files, can manage those files, can communicate, can collaborate via one central system. So everything is properly saved, everything is properly stored in one central place, and it's properly managed as well, and it's highly secured. Okay, because it's built in AI, helps everyone work with data, and you turn that data into insight. So you have in industry grade securities that have been put in those tools so that it's highly secure for everybody. Yeah, so speaking about security, data is highly secured again. So you store documents, you store files on your Google Drive. How many people know about the Google Drive? So all of those documents are saved on the cloud. So you use the admin console to actually centralize your administration. You can identify who you want to be a fellow admin. You can assign roles. You can assign super admin role. You can assign just the admin role. You can assign editors roles. So different roles have different rights. You can delete somebody completely from a role, from a system completely. Let's say somebody left your organization can delete that person completely from that list, or you can add somebody, and then that admin console will help you to manage the available users on that particular platform. You can restrict access, can set up passwords for people, and also create some two-step verification to protect your business from security threats. So let's look at how you can create a Google Workspace account. Now, creating a Google Workspace account will demand that you own a domain name. I'll explain shortly. But meanwhile, what you do first is to head over to workspace.google.com/signup and then /business data. And then what you're going to be doing there is to input your business name and then the number of employees you have, and then you add your contact details, right? And then you choose your domain. Your domain name should be something that you've paid for already. Google.com is a domain. ImpactHer.org is a domain. Facebook.com is a domain. More like the name that people identify you for when they are coming to the online space. So you must have paid for a domain already. So because if I'm working with Impacther, my email should be udemy@impacther.com, right? Or impacther.org. So I'm not going to be having a work email that is not maybe I'm having my personal email at udemy@gmail.com. That is my personal email. But if I'm working for an organization that is using a Google Workspace account like Impacther, it needs to be at impacther.org.com or one of those. So each person pays for an account that you're using. So you get to set up your logins, and then you get to create your business emails for each member of the team. Let's say Impactor is employing 50 people across the entire universe. So each person needs to have his own email, and that can be created by the admin. It creates an email and then creates a password, and then add team members. Now creating the email also will be like what I just explained, udemy@impacther.com. Right? It needs to have that, and you can also create email for teams. You can create email for the support team, supports@impacther.com, or the admin team, or the PR team, PR@impacther.com. So you can get to create, you add team members after you've created that. So before people on your team can sign in and access your Google Workspace service, you need to add a user account. So during that free trial period, which the program actually offers you a free trial of 1 month, you can create up to 10 user accounts in the free trial period. But after the free trial period, you begin to pay. You may begin to pay, I think it's about $4 per month. It's not a lot of money. So you pay to keep that account of yours, right? And then you can also get to migrate your data and import your files from other platforms. Like you can import from Microsoft Outlook, you can import from Yahoo or any other place, you can upload all those documents onto your new Google Workspace drive, and then that's securely stored. Okay, so I'm supposed to be taking a pause here, but I'm going to just check if there are questions for me. Any questions, please? Do I have any questions? Okay, so all right, so I'll just move on while waiting for you to drop questions. But if you have questions for me, please do well to answer them. Do well to ask me in the chat. We'll be happy to answer them. And just so you know, the tools you have on the Google Workspace is not different from the tools you have on your regular Gmail account. The only difference between this one and those ones is this one is more like the premium tools. Like you may not have some features that you have on your free Gmail accounts may not be the same ones that you have on these paid ones, the Google Workspace accounts. Okay, so they'll be different. So don't think it's not, the tools are not different, but the features and some services might be different, slightly different. So the Google Workspace gives you more opportunity to do some more, and it's more like having a team built into one place. When you hear workspace and workplace is the location, whereas workspace is that particular location inside the workplace where you get to do your work. So why Google actually call this a workspace is because all those tools have been built in there so that you can get to do everything around the office that you're supposed to be doing in a regular physical office. You have all those tools at your fingertip. You have the Gmail for communication, you have the Meet for video conferencing, you have the Drive for storage, it becomes your drawers for files. You have the Google Keep, which is more like an online jotter. You can jot things. You have the Jamboard if everybody wants to brainstorm. You can open a jam. And there's an admin to manage the whole place, which is more like the boss. You understand? So it's more like a full-blown workspace that Google is giving to you. All right, so let's move on. So which tools can you use via Google Workspace to boost communication? I know we mentioned this earlier. So share with me in the chat which tools you can use to boost communication. Now there are key communication tools. You have the Gmail, excuse me, like I just mentioned, basically used for communication, the Google Meet, the Google Currents, and the Google Chats, all for communication. So let's look at the Gmail. So you get to communicate globally with ease using the Google's free emailing tool. You can use attachment, you can create groups, you can create mailing lists. You can access the integrated calendar. When people send you a calendar invite, you tend to have it built into your email as well, so that you can get to either decline or accept it, right? And then you get to stay up to date with several information. You can build customer trust by giving everyone in your company a professional email address at your domain at impactor.com, at google.com. Let's say udeme at google.com, burial at impactor.com, right? People will tend to know that, okay, this is a professional communication, and then they will know that, okay, this is it's business, it's official, right? People tend to respect emails that have um, those kind of lines, right? With the at a company, right? Remember that's the part where you need a domain name to be able to make it work. And then you have the Google Meets, so you can stay connected with your team with all this enterprise grade video conferencing tool that's built on Google's platform and marketed by Google's platform also. So before the COVID came, Google Meet was not free. Google Meet was a premium tool only available for the Google Workspace account. So what happens basically is after the COVID came, Zoom was catching a lot of attention and other brands were popping up. So Google decided to make the Google Meet free, which is still free up until now. So they're highly secured, right? You can share your screen, you can chat while on the call as well. You can mute somebody, you can shut everybody up. On the premium tool, you may not be able to do that on the free one. You can manage the noise in the room. If you're having a meeting that most times people lose, you can shut everybody completely from touching their dials and all of that. So there's a lot more you can do on the premium Google Meet compared to what you can do with the free ones. And then you can download them on your iOS, can download them on your Android, and it's a web-based tool as well, so that you can get things done quite easily compared to if you needed an app. So you don't necessarily need an app for it, right? It can be operated directly from your browser. And then you have the Google Current, which is basically to engage. It's used to engage employees, foster more meaningful conversations, and stay connected across the teams, build a community, work towards a goal, and connect with team members no matter where they are. Even remote workers and deskless colleagues can also stay in touch with what is happening around the organization. You can discuss key topics and see the most important content first. You can use the home screen to see all those information. You can manage and moderate content faster. All of those will happen on the current. So I can compare the Google Currents to the Microsoft Slack. Yeah, so it's more like that. So it's more of a community kind of place where people from all walks of life are actually present on a particular team, discussing things and chatting about the work, chatting about issues. And now you have the one that is actually more dynamic and more specific, more like what WhatsApp will offer you, right? So you can chat one-on-one from direct messages to group chats. You can help teams and businesses communicate fluidly and can help them communicate very effectively. And they are all these tools are highly secured, so you can connect with anyone, can share files, can share tasks, and you can do all of that with ease. You can do all of this with ease using the Google Chats. Now, a couple of tips to maximize communication. You can recreate in-person communication. You can stay organized. And you should create team mailing list and set up projects or team rooms. So those are the few tips we're going to be discussing about shortly. Let's go over to the first one, recreate in-person communication. So recreating in-person communication, there are a couple of ways, just about 4 ways of recreating in-person communication. That will include scheduling regular team calls and check-ins via Google Meets and Google Hangouts. You can always find out who is available, checking with your people using video calls. Then you can connect with colleagues and teams from just across the globe, from everywhere, and then brainstorm ideas, work on projects, hold virtual meetings, do that regularly, and join from mobile, join from desktop, join from wherever you are. So it makes the whole thing flow well, it makes the whole work very easy. Okay, now the second one, you need to stay organized. So the tool that is going to help you to stay organized is going to be your Google Calendar. You get to improve communication across teams through the Google Calendar. You create multiple team calendars to track meetings, training sessions, vacations, and a lot more. You can create multiple team calendars to track all those activities. And then Google Calendar automatically syncs with your Gmail. It sends a mail to your Gmail automatically. You can get to respond to it from there, or you can get to respond to it from the app itself. So you can share your calendar to people to see when you are available, when you're not available. And trust me, Google Calendar is a lifesaver. You can view, you can edit your schedules as well, you can set alarms with it, and then it will always give you a reminder most times, depending on what you set. So you share special events with customers, or you let people know when you are available with all the easy calendar publishing, and then you have a lot you can do. Trust me, Google Calendar is a lifesaver. So most times I wake up and what I'm looking at is my calendar first, because I want to know what has already preoccupied me, so that I know how to plan my day around. You don't have activities clashing between themselves. And then also, another tip is for you to create team mailing lists. So you can create team mailing list by creating a Google group email list. Maybe not Google in this case. It's going to be about your organization. It's like impacther.com. So you create mailing lists. You can check up. Sometimes you want to send a mail to the marketing team. So you must have had a marketing team list which contains everybody under the marketing team, under the sales team, the same thing, under the PR team, the same thing. So you can just send one mail instead of sending it to each of them, right? Or copying different emails. Just send it to the team and it goes to everybody. And then you can also get to send status updates to the group. And then you CC the group into emails, carbon copy it, share resources also by creating team mailing lists. And then it gets to also increase your visibility and foster community. All of this will help you to maximize communication, which is very, very key for an organizational growth. When there's poor communication, work doesn't flow well. People can mix things up. And most times you can get things not done properly because communications didn't pull through well. Okay, now we have the fourth one, another tip, setting up projects or team rooms. So you can set up projects or team rooms by helping team members to stay connected. By creating a room on Google Chat, you can create a room in Google Gmail. In the Gmail also, you can encourage team members to network with each other, to share project ideas, to exchange thoughts and best practices, to create a stronger sense of community, and basically just everything, right? So we set up projects or team rooms, and then yeah, so this is me taking another pause for questions. So I'll just speak through to see if there are any questions for me. If there are no questions, I'll just go over to the last part to finish it up. Okay, no questions from me so far. And I see Lorraine is doing a great job in the chats. Okay, so just go on to the last part too. Let's see how you can leverage tools to increase collaboration. So which tools can you use on Google Workspace to increase collaboration. Collaboration is very key. And obviously, because we are talking about Google Workspace, all the word that should be in your head right now should be collaboration. How do you collaborate? So you collaborate across projects and you collaborate across teams, brainstorm ideas, you share working files, and then you get to make suggestions and you tag colleagues, and then you can track changes on a particular document or a particular file that's been worked upon. Now, one of the tools you're going to be using for collaboration is the Jamboard. Now, the Jamboard is more like an interactive whiteboard with a virtual one. For those of you that have seen an interactive whiteboard before, a virtual one is a typical picture of what the Jamboard is. The difference between that one and this one is that one is physical, this one is virtual. So just like the way you can use the Google Docs sheet slides for a lot of people to work on the same document at the same time, Jamboards can also be used to brainstorm. So I just need to have a link, Lauren will have a link, Barry will have a link. All of us just need to have the same link and we can brainstorm on various ideas. So you can write, you can draw, and with the included stylus, you can share Google and insert images, can insert web pages, can drag and resize text, can sketch a box, can sketch a star, a cat, a dog, elephant, and then that image recognition technology will convert that your sketch into a polished image. So you can share jams with, you can collaborate with at least 50 people on a Jamboard. Then you can add documents to Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides. You can edit it, you can view it, you know, just can just work from anywhere. And then you get all this brainstorming gets to be saved automatically, right? And then you connect your computer to a Jamboard, displays to your screen, and you show, it lets you control your computer from your board's touchscreen. So you can pick up from wherever you left it. Maybe internet shut you out or something. Just come back and pick it up. Nothing can be lost as long as they are saved to the cloud. Okay. We have the Google Drive, which is before now the Google Drive used to be the free Google Drive, the one you have in your Gmail used to be 25 gig, but now it's 15 gig. I've almost exhausted mine. But with the Google Drive that comes with the Google Workspace, I think it's limitless. Yeah. The last time I checked the Google Education Drive, it's actually limitless. So you can save everything from your village, save everything from Africa and everything. You can't exhaust it. So you can store files via cloud and all the documents you're working with, they are all saved here. The Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Forms, everything, Jamboard, they're all saved onto your drive. So your drive is very safe. So you can collaborate on live documents and files, you can share, you can comment, you can tag, you can edit team documents with ease, you know. So it provides you with that flexibility storage as long as you have internet. As long as you have internet, you can access the Google Drive from anywhere. So you can encourage collaboration and you can work from one central file. That is the much that Google Drive will offer you. And then you can also make suggestions and you can tag your colleagues on documents. So you can edit shared documents in real time. You can reduce the need to send files back and forth, like I explained earlier. Before now, it used to be you prepare a document and then send it to somebody, person will work on it, and then send it to the next person through email. And before you finish the whole process, everybody's tired. A lot of time must have been wasted, whereas everybody could have worked on that document at the same time. So you can also get to suggest changes. You can make comments with your ideas. You can tag colleagues on a particular file, be it a doc, be it sheet, be it slides. And then you get to increase visibility and boost collaboration. Very important. And you can just type that at followed by your colleague's name to tag the person to a particular file or to a particular comment. And then you can have them approve them before you implement it. So it's a work made easy. It makes you work very smartly. And then you can also get to track changes. So if you are collaborating with several people on a single document, it can be difficult for you to pinpoint who actually made certain changes and when they made those changes. So you can keep track of changes in shared files by getting to identify the various changes and who made those changes. Then you can revert the change they made to a previous session, right? So the Google Workspace tool is what is going to enable you to get all of that done. So you get to view all the edits made to a document, and then you get to view all the edits made to a particular file. And then you can restrict access. Let's say I have a document that I want Beryl to only be viewing it, Lorian to only comment I want to be the only editor. Can restrict them, can narrow their access down to just viewing or just commenting. I don't want them to have access to edit. I can block them out. So it's all choice. And that tool also is available for the free version, but there are a couple of changes couple of slight differences that will make the premium one, which is a Google Workspace tool, a couple of differences that will make this one special. So a few ways on how you can check who actually made changes. For you to go to that document, be it docs, sheet, slides, open your file, top left corner of the screen, you're going to see file from the docs. You're going to see file, then you go to version history, see version history. You need owner or editor access to the file because that is what is going to help you to be able to edit. Then you're going to see, click a timestamp to see a previous version history that was there. You're going to see the names of the people that actually made edits. Then a column next to each of those names. So let's say 20 people made an edit. You're going to see each of those 20 names with different colors. So for you to revert the name or copy a previous version, you can click on the restore this version, or you can name this version to name a previous version. You can make a copy to create a copy of the previous version also. And then you can get to share. You can also view who opened the file, what changes they made on the file, and who you've shared the file with, who commented, who edited, who shared, who moved the file. All of those will be seen on that version history. Yes, you may not be able to see all of this information on the free one, but if you're on the paid Google Workspace, you'll be able to see all this information. All right, so this is going to be the last pause for question before we call it a day. So please remember to sign up for the Hustle Academy. We own a small business, we own a big business. Please sign up and then get to have a 1 week full boot camp where you get to learn how to draw up your business growth plan, digital marketing, speak about sales. Then you also learn how to pitch. You learn how to get funding for your business, and to a mentor who is going to walk you through any of those processes you did not understand. And then you need to learndigital.google.com/digital skills/courses. Then you can follow Instagram and follow Impactor on all those platforms as well. All right, so I'm looking at the chat right now to see if there are any questions. I hope you gained something out of it. Mary, Ayonda, Mary again, Catherine, Madina, Susanna, again, John, Asabe, Lucy, Marina. Okay, so let me know if you picked one or two. So let me know in the chats if it was useful for you. And yeah, if there's any question for me, please ask. I'm going to wait for the next 2 minutes to know if you have any questions for me. So Lorian has been doing a great job in the chat. So say hi to Lorian and then wish her well in a World Cup lifting daydream. All right. So any questions? Please fill the attendance. It's going to be used to send your certificates to you. Please fill it correctly with your names, and it's going to be useful. All right. So Lorian. Okay, it doesn't seem like I have a question. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Thank you for sticking by. Do we have a next session tomorrow? Am I correct? Let me confirm that. Yes, tomorrow by 5 p.m. 5 p.m. West African time. That is going to be 4 p.m. your time. Yeah, 4 p.m. your Ghanaian time. So do well to show up. Okay, do well to show up tomorrow as well, so that we'll have a great time. All right. So, any questions for me? Okay, so this is where I'm going to tell you a very big thank you. The training may not be run again, but you can always come back and watch the session. Okay, and that's why we encourage you to always subscribe. So subscribe so that the system will always give you notifications. System will always give you notifications when we are having another session. All right. So you can click the link, come back and watch it again. Marina, Susanna, okay, Gmail, Duo Vibe. Okay, so I don't know what you were trying to. Okay, maybe you're a little bit behind. You can just refresh your screen. So if you missed last week's training, please go back to the link and just click and rewatch. Okay, and please, tomorrow is for 5 p.m. Nigerian time. It's going to be 4 p.m. Ghanaian time. Please don't miss tomorrow's session. Please invite the people that are supposed to be here. The number today is very low. Okay, please let's invite everybody that's supposed to be here so that we'll have a short time together. That is going to be your last session, I'm sure. Okay, so let's make it good, and then I'll see you tomorrow by 4 p.m. your time. Thank you so much, Lorian. Lorian has been very, very awesome. So say something nice to her. Maybe drop an emoji for her, something you love. So let me drop a favorite emoji for you. Thank you so much, Marina. And I'm trying to get my emoji right. So, okay, so I got it. Yeah, so that's me. So see you guys, and enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, yes, yeah, we had a couple of technical troubles when we were starting. So Larian is still thinking Cameroon will win. Please wish her well for me. Okay, so Marina, yeah, we had a lot of technical trouble today. That's why we started late. Luckily, we've been able to finish. Not so much a good time, but at least we've been able to keep the time. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Okay, so bye and enjoy the rest of your evening.